All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Glassman's world. Let me see if I can get a good angle here for you guys. That's probably the best angle I can get for you there. All right. So, welcome back, guys. We're about to get started here. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. It is almost Saturday. It is Friday night, 10:45 p.m. It's late for me. I've been having to go to sleep pretty early and wake up at my alarm goes off at 2:37 every morning. I'm up and ready to go by 3:30, 3:45, trying to hit the road by before 4 o'clock. That way we can get out to meet with our pilot from Polar Dawn. So we go out every morning. We meet him at 4 a.m. We jump in to chase a van, and then we get on the field by 5 a.m. and we start to unload, and then as you guys have been seeing on the whole entire morning shows that I've been bringing you guys. Every morning I've been streaming live the Glassman's unofficial Balloon Fiesta Live Dawn Patrol show. So I hope you guys have been checking that out every morning. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me get all this volume down here. So I'm gonna bring up my video here so I can read any comments. We're gonna make a couple balloons here, or try to. So this is the first one that I got in mind. A couple guys came over the other day, and I told them about the balloons, and they actually bought a couple of the simple generic ones. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually try to make their balloon. So let's put their balloon right there, and let's try to replicate that one. So it's got a lot of yellow in the middle of it. I don't know if I'm gonna write the letters on it. I might. That'd be crazy to write the letters, huh? So how you guys been doing? Has anyone been checking out the live streams every morning? I've been trying to go live, showing you guys the setup of Dawn Patrol and how we set up all the balloons and everything every morning. It's been a lot of fun. Took my son out this morning, and he had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun chasing. He had so much fun, he'd rather go chase the balloon than hang out on the field with all the hundreds of balloons that are going up. He'd rather go and chase. I think that's awesome. Alright, I almost forgot to get the kiln turned on, so the kiln's on now. So we're gonna work on this balloon here. I'm gonna just round up this clear glass, and then we're gonna add some color to it. We'll probably prepare the white also. The white needs to be pulled some. And then a real thick band of yellow. So these are going to be the last of the glass balloons that I'm making, probably for anyone that I'll be delivering to the Balloon Fiesta this weekend. I don't think I'm going to be able to have time to make anyone else's balloons. But I'm going to make this, at least one of these. Maybe I'll make two of them. I'm just going to pull some white real quick, and we can get some line work done. And then let's pull this also. Actually, that can stay thick. We'll be able to keep that thick. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the top. I might just put a little yellow dot on top or something. I'm not really sure. So we're going to do the Rax balloon here. We ran into them the other day and this morning. And so I figured I'll probably see them again. And if they see their balloon, they'll probably want to grab it off of me. So we're just going to wrap some yellow around this clear rod here. Hey, what's going on, guys? I see you guys are tuning in. So what's up? Oh, Madame Star is here. How's it going? I have not forgotten. I promise you, I have not forgotten. Oh my God. Let me get this yellow on here. So, tomorrow morning will be, what, day 8? I can't believe it. We're already on day 8. This morning was day 7. It's so crazy. I get home, and then I feel like it's been like a whole entire another day. I'll take a nap, and then I'll wake up like, oh no, what is today? Completely lost and confused. But I've been out there at Balloon Fiesta every morning. We get out there at 5 a.m. on the field, and we start to unload the balloon and get it ready by, we got everything laid out, by 5 o'clock or so, 5:10. We've been like on point with it. Our crew's been a really, really solid crew this last week. It's always good to have a good solid crew. Good people to work with. So how you been doing, Madame Star? Let me try to read your comments here. Yes, I've been watching whenever I'm awake. Today, when I tuned in, your stream was spinning though. Oh my gosh, I know. This morning was bad. I don't know what happened with my stream. I don't know if it was because my son had grabbed the phone and then because he grabbed it and moved it, and then I don't know if we lost signal or if it just went out of focus for a minute. But then when it came back, then it started having some streaming issues. So I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. It could have also been that it was Friday and it was Kids Day, and there were a lot of people out there on the field, so there might have been a lot more individuals streaming today than usual and using up a lot of the data, and everyone's streaming all at once. It really messes with things out there. So today's stream was bad. And then they didn't do the drone show, which I thought was interesting. Like, what happened to the drone show? I thought they do the drone show, and then once the drones go down, then it's fans on for us. But I don't know what happened with that. They never said anything on Balloon Fiesta Live, on the official Balloon Fiesta Live, because I'm unofficial. Like, they'll probably try to give me a cease and desist. But I'm doing the Dawn Patrol show, which I think is really cool. So same with NJ Quartz. He had the same problem tonight with so many people there. Oh, okay. No worries. I know you are busy. Yep, you've been grinding every morning at the Fiesta. Yep. Been good. Just doing a lot of medical stuff. Had an MRI yesterday. Oh, your migraine's been kicking up on you? Has it been worse? Well, speaking of all that, my wife had to go to the ER. And so, yeah, it always a whole constant all the time. And she had a pretty bad experience in the ER. So that wasn't good. It seems like the medical staff is really, really losing their compassion and their ethics for care recently. It just seems like that's all just gone out the door. I don't know for you, but my wife has just been having like really bad visits and bad experiences left and right all the time. She made a post on her Facebook, and a lot of others seem to be having the same issues. So I hope you're doing all right, though, and I'm sorry you're having all these bad migraines and stuff going on lately. So you did see the drone show tonight after the parachutes and before the fireworks? I wanted to go out there. It's hard to go out and then do this, blow glass, try to get all this done. But I did, I got as many balloons as I possibly could make. I just made this one tonight, so this is a very special one here, guys. This one, I believe, belongs to my friend who I met over the years of just ballooning, and just, we run into each other every year at Balloon Fiesta, and it's usually, it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas. You run into these people once a year at the family reunion. And so this guy, he's a big marble collector. I made him a really nice marble, and I've been wanting to make him something nice, and he's been wanting me to make his balloon, and I actually didn't realize I've never made his balloon. And so I really want to make him, really happy. So I made his balloon tonight, and I think he's going to love it. He helped me out with getting an oxygen refill last year during the Balloon Fiesta, and I didn't forget about that. But I never realized I'd never made his balloon. I thought just over the years I've made it, but apparently not. I guess we've spoke about it many times. Maybe I just didn't have the confidence, the skill set to be able to pull it off or something. I don't know. Not real sure. But I pulled it off tonight. I think I got it. I think I was able to get it right there. I don't have the best lighting in here right now. It's pretty dark. Alright, so that's a big old thick band of yellow. These custom ones are pretty interesting. I got to figure out how to make each and every single one, and every one is different. You know, I got to lay the color down in different ways in order to to mimic the way that the balloon looks. You know, I'm trying to just replicate it as best as I can in glass, which, you know, that's pretty hard to do. Alright, so we'll do that. And then we just go with the gray right on there. And just wrap that around all the way to reach the other side of it there. Boom. And we'll do that on top up here. And then we're going to top off this top with a bit of yellow. So these custom balloons, I've been making them for $40 and up, depending on how much work and stuff. And then if you get 3 of them, I can do 3 for $100. So then you save quite a bit of money right away there. And then the basic ones I've been doing for $20 or 3 for $50. I was doing 6 for $100, but I could probably do 7 for $100. And try to bring this yellow up some. Or not the yellow, but that kind of gray. So every morning has been a lot of fun doing the crewing with Dawn Patrol. I think this is my 10th year, but every time I count, I'm like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's only 9 years. I don't really remember when I first started. But it's been a long time, and it's been a lot of fun. I love it. So much fun. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he'll love the balloon. It's so personal. It's such a great gift. Yeah, he's gonna love it. Oh my gosh, yeah. So every year I see so many people wearing them. Just our crew alone, they wear theirs. So I have mine on. As you can see, I'm wearing this one right here. It's on my neck, and that's this balloon right here. The Polar Dawn balloon. And so many of our crew members they have those, they wear them. And then people all over Balloon Fiesta are wearing them as well from many years ago. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this. So this is Cutie Dink, and Cutie Dink is extremely special to me. Cutie Dink is the whole reason why I started creating balloon replicas and customizing balloons from the trading cards here. Cutie Dink has a little one eye, winky eye with two ears that pop up, a little white band on the bottom. And that was the first one I was ever back, I think around 1990,000. So ever since then, once I made one, I was asked to make it again. And I realized, whoa, this is something that people are going to want me to do, you know? And so I started to offer replicating balloons. And long time ago, I used to do a lot of demonstrations in Old Town where all of the tourists would come. So anytime we had Balloon Fiesta, they would definitely be going down to Old Town, and they would find me down there, and I'd be doing live demos, and they'd have me make their. So you know, that started out something big that long time ago I didn't realize how big it was, and it's taken me years to finally realize, like, yo, you should probably just be doing this all the time, year round. And even still, I haven't got to that point of making them year round and getting them out to all the different pilots and crew members. Because just because our Balloon Fiesta is over here, you know, we have our Balloon Fiesta only between October, you know, from one Saturday to another Sunday, you know, like a whole week and a half, basically, like 10 days. And once it's over here, it's like, you know, then it kind of goes out of sight, out of mind. Yet we have the balloon museum. We have a lot of places like Discover Balloons where people come here and they still get balloons because Albuquerque is known for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So, you know, it's taken me a while to realize this. But Cutie Dink is the reason why that this all started back in, like, I think it was like 99 or 2000. So because of Cutie Dink, I started making all of these different balloons. So I spoke with the pilot and the crew the other day. They said, hey, why don't you make some more of those for us? So I was thinking maybe I'd make at least make one of them here in this speed. I try to make one or two of these and then make a Cutie Dink. But I don't want to take too much time because I really do need to get to sleep here. And I didn't want to go live for too long. But I realized I haven't been blowing glass this whole time, really, while I've been crewing. And I've really just been only streaming in the mornings really, really early. So I was like, let's change that up some. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we're just going to kind of mimic. So here we got the yellow and we got that kind of like darker band on the bottom. I use the gray. It's kind of more, I don't know, bronze or golden. And then you got that white, and you see how that white is kind of looks like a little zigzag. So we're going to do that. We're just going to create a little zigzag effect along that whole seam of those two colors there. Alright, we'll see if that works. Alright, and then I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna try to write racks on it. Why not? It's only 4 letters. And we still gotta put the top on, which I was thinking, let's do a yellow top. Okay, now if I do this, I only get like 1 chance. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to do some line work here. And it gets nerve-wracking. I don't like to talk while I'm doing this. Like I don't even want to breathe. There's the R and the A. R-A-K-S. K's almost done. And I just gotta do the S. Oh my gosh. They're gonna be stoked. Alright, don't mess up the S. me see if I can get this thing to glow here, and you can read it. I did it. It's got some other detail work in there, but I'm just going to put the letters on there. I'm not going to try to put the nail behind it and all that. I was thinking about putting a nail, but I didn't know how that would look because it's not really like, I don't know. It's crazy. So what's going on? I see there's some others here now. G. Russ, what's going on? And everyone does need to tap that like button and show some love. What's up? Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You know, I guess the algorithm, it does help, but I really don't care too much. It's like, if you want to hit that like button, go for it. If not, whatever. But the more people that watch this, I think they'd be like really, really stoked. They're like, what? What's this guy doing here? Alright, now we're just going to sink this all in here. We're going to turn this into a balloon. All that detail work's already done. Just got to make sure that all this white is all good. And yeah, oh, and we were going to put yellow on top. I don't really know what's on top of the balloon, so I'm just going to put a little yellow dot there, and that's what I'll call is their parachute, the crown, basically. So tomorrow morning, my son is going to come back. Well, our son is going to come back with us. He really loved chasing. I think he's hooked. And he got in the basket today, and he's like, I'm ready to go. And the pilot just looked at me like, you know he's going to go flying soon. He's ready. Yeah, our pilot said he's ready to go on a hop. Basically, get in the basket and get in the balloon and just fly a few, you know, like 10 or 20 feet up in the air, and just come right back down. Just a quick, simple little thing. And then sometimes we have to carry the balloon, where, you know, maybe the balloon landed a little far from the road, and the balloon is still standing up, and the pilot can heat it up and get it to float, to get it buoyant to where it's like super light, and then we all just lift it up by the handles on the basket. There's these handles that we can grab, and then we just walk it all the way across like the park, or across a big field, or just, you know, to the road where the van is. But if we can do that, then he can get inside and we can carry him as well and do that sort of a hop. But I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow or not. We'll see. But he really loves to chase, and yeah, we got a balloonatic on our hands here, a little 6-year-old balloonatic, and he is loving it. He's already hooked. He's going to be part of the chase crew. He already is part of the chase crew. What am I talking about? Not the youngest member. We've had members all the way as young as babies on our crew. So I'm just going to make this one, and then I think I'm going to get into making the cutie dink, and then we're going to call it a night. I'm just going to make at least one of each one of these. I'd like to make two, but I don't want to stay up till midnight. It's already, what time is it? Oh my God. I don't know what time it is. But we've been going for a minute already. 36 minutes, almost 37 minutes here. So yeah, these custom ones take, you know, up to an hour on some of them. The other night I made a really awesome one. I don't have a trading card for it. Actually, I need to get some cards. I need to ask him if he has a balloon pin. Maybe I can get a balloon pin for that one. Every balloon that I've ever made, I'd love to get a balloon pin. Like, let me see if I can find it. Oh, where is it? There it is. Like this here. That's a cutie dink balloon pin. So they're basically like, they got the pins on the back. So you can like stick them onto anything. So I want to collect a balloon pin from every balloon I've ever made. Uh-oh. Don't tell me we're out of oxygen already. No. I was like, you can't be out of oxygen already. So have you guys been watching any of the other live streams, like the Balloon Fiesta Live, or any of your local news stations, like showing any footage from Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta? I know it's a huge event, like all over the world. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, he's definitely ready to fly. I haven't collected many balloon cards. My collection is pretty much like right here on the table. I've got a few, not too many. I'll do a recap of the Balloon Fiesta after it's all done, like maybe on Monday or Tuesday. Maybe even Sunday evening, you know. Since there's no balloon events Sunday evening, we pretty much clear out early on Sunday. We really don't do any tailgating on Sunday. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, is going to be the huge concert. Lots of music. It's usually country music playing. I don't know if we're going to stay through all of that or not, but tomorrow is like the big, the big hoorah, the big shindig, send off. Everyone's saying goodbye. Oh yeah, this is looking nice. It's all nice and melted in now. Let's try to get it to shape a little bit better. I'm just going to use the paddle here, and I use a flat surface to round this up. I have this crazy technique that I use. So look at that, it's all nice and round there. They're gonna be like, what? How did you write racks on that? I don't know if it's fair to ask them $40 for this when they didn't really ask for it to be made. So maybe I'll tell them, usually I do them $40, but just give me like 20 or $30 for it. But usually they're $300-400 when I replicate them like this. You know, there might be some balloons out there that are super simple. And I might be able to get away with making them for cheaper, but now I realize that I'm the only one in the world who's really offering this to different pilot and crew members, specifically at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. There's no other one, there's no other glass blower that they know of that they can go to that would do this for them. I am the only glass blower in the world who's making balloons for pilots and crew members from all over the world. This is the International Balloon Fiesta. So it's an honor to be able to be asked to make these and to try to replicate them like this. And even though I wasn't asked to make this one, I'm pretty sure they're going to love it, because I was talking to them the last few mornings and, just hanging out. And they did purchase a few balloons of mine. I think they bought a yellow and white one. Just a straight up striped yellow and white one. Maybe I can make a couple of those. They'll probably buy a few more of those too. But check it out. I think we pulled it off. And then we give it the the balloon shape. I'm just simply getting this, what is this, 5mm, 7mm? I think it's a 5mm. Excuse me. And then we just add these gores here, like the spines to the balloon. This is what gives it that authentic balloon shape. So we just go around, we add the 4 lines, and then what I've been doing is, instead of adding 4 more in between there, I've been adding 2 instead of 1, and so it's giving a little bit more line work on some of these more detailed ones. And they've been coming out a little bit bigger, so I got a little bit more surface work to play with. Alright, so we just got, 3 more lines to put down here. Like this one. And then 2 more in between. There goes the last 2. So now the balloon's got all the ripples in it. So now it looks like a balloon. But then I gotta shape it up and make it look real good. Alright, now I just gotta make sure it's got that nice good balloon shape to it. I'll round it up top, nice and rounded on the sides, before I get into stretching out the bottom. I want to make sure everything else looks good. All nice and round. And then we can attach the loop on top. And I'm going to put that loop right in the front where the wording is, where Rax is. Alright, now we just got to attach the loop. Make sure we make this loop nice and strong, because this is the part where if it breaks and it's no longer a necklace. And I gotta try to remember to stay quiet, so hopefully you guys can hear me. But my son and my wife are sleeping already, and sometimes they can hear me through the vent into the other room, so I gotta remember that. So yeah, maybe later on Sunday, I'll do a recap of the whole week and share out the link to the whole playlist of Chasing Polar Dawn for this year and all the live streams of Troll. my flight on Sunday, the very first day of flights. I got to fly on Sunday, which was really awesome. So you guys can go along on that journey with me and actually fly in a balloon if you'd like. And then I'll share all the different items that I've collected, all the different cards, the balloon cards, and all the different pins, and anything else that I may have received, which I don't know if I've received anything else yet, but sometimes I get different gifts and different things. So today's live stream, I don't even know what happened. That was kind of weird that it just kept cutting in and out. And then, I got a lot more than I thought I had gotten. There was no introduction either. I thought I had said, hey, welcome everyone to the Glassman's unofficial blah, blah, blah. And not even that was in there. It's like, oh, I guess so much of it was buffering since the beginning. But I'm still glad that we were able to capture some of it. But the launch was awesome, and I wish I would have been able to capture that for you guys. It was a beautiful launch this morning for Dawn Patrol. And I hope that you guys are liking it. I'm bringing you guys the coverage of Dawn Patrol because there is no one else who's really giving you this upfront personal video of specifically of Dawn Patrol. Now, most of the videos start after we're up in the air and after we've already gone and left the field. Maybe every once in a while you see some photos and videos of us from a distance when they're doing the Balloon Fiesta live or something, but you don't really get to like interact and see us or anything like that and see what's going on and all the special things we need to do. We're using headlamps to set up. We're setting up everything in the dark, Have you ever tried to set up your own camp or your tent in the dark? It's something like that. But it's a lot of fun. I got to be careful with the music that they play because of the copyright strikes that I get and things like that. Oh, you were there on Monday? Nice. Yeah, Monday was a good day, actually. I'm trying to think if that was the day that we did a all launch for the Dawn Patrol. I'm not 100% on that one. But that's cool. So did you make it for Dawn Patrol on Monday? Were you there for Dawn Patrol? If you're there early, you're always welcome to come and say hi. You can come find me. I don't mind people coming and hanging out, asking questions and all of that. There's a lot that's going on. And, don't be afraid to ask any sort of question because, there's a lot of people, first-timers, and even there's people who've been there for a long time who still don't know, like, certain things. why we do certain things. Alright, this one's almost done. So see, as you can see, even just a simple one like the racks, it takes some time. But I think we pulled it off. I just got to stretch out the bottom of the balloon now. The loop's already done. Once we get the bottom of the balloon pulled out, then it's just finishing it up, adding a little bit of color on the bottom, making sure there's a little bit of clear glass in between so it looks like the balloon is hanging like from nothingness, you know, like the way that the balloon looks when you're watching it in the air. The baskets look like they're just kind of like hanging from nothing. So it's good to have that little bit of clear glass right in between. Also, we got to make sure to add the skirt. So the skirt is the bottom fabric, way underneath, right there, which is a little bit of a darker yellow. So we'll use, instead of my crayon yellow, we'll do the canary yellow there. And I guess it might look orange to you guys. I'll just stretch this all down. I'll taper it all into itself. Alright, so let me add that other color, which I'm looking at and I'm like, ew, that color is like trying to start to bubble and boil. Hopefully I didn't mess it up by using that. What I might do is take it off. I don't like it. It's like totally just bubbling and boiling. I don't like it at all. So then we'll just use the orange. It definitely looks darker than the yellow, so we'll just go with the orange, and that should work. Add a little dot there for the skirt. What time is it, man? It's getting late. It's almost midnight. I'm going to be waking up in 2.5 hours. I do want to make cutie dinks still, though. Because I'm crazy. Alright, so we're just going to get this all melted together here. So it looks like it's all one piece. Well, then it is all one piece. And then we'll add that clear glass. And then we'll add a little bit of color for the gondola or the basket. This will act like it'll make it look like it's just floating from nothing. And we'll add this bit of either caramel or butterscotch. I think it's butterscotch, but I'm not 100%. We'll add that on the bottom for the basket. So then you can see there's like that little bit of a empty space in between right there. That'll make it look like the basket's just floating from nothing. And we'll clean up the punchy. And that's done, guys. Rax is done. That is cool. Got it. Oh my gosh. It's nerve-wracking, but it's also really cool to know I can pull things off like that. That's crazy. It was beautiful watching the balloons go up and stay inside the box. Oh my gosh, the box has been amazing the last few days. I still have that spare oxygen tank at the house if you need. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I don't remember a spare oxygen tank. Have we talked about this? I might even have a couple color sticks. Oh shit. I don't know who I'm talking to. What, do you have like a 125? A 150? You have a smaller oxygen tank? That's what I'm really, really needing. Then I can do demos all the time and not have to worry about breaking down my studio here. I just got a secondary torch and regulators. All I need to do is get me an oxygen tank. I can get another propane tank, and just unhooking one propane tank isn't that bad from the whole entire tear down, you know. If I could just only have to unhook one propane tank to do demos, that'd be so much better than tearing down everything. Alright, let's see if I can get this line working here. I think my wife's awake. I can smell something cooking. In her bowl. Alright, let's see. What colors do we need? We're going to definitely need yellow and black and pink. I did bring out the pink on this then. For the mouth. Now, I do believe when I first made this, I used ruby red. This time we're using crayon red, so it's going to come out a little bit brighter than this dark red. I was thinking using garnet, but I want to see what the cherry red looks like. Alright, so here we go. Let's do this. So if anyone's going to be out there, we talked about it a year ago. It's one of the big ones, a 4 foot tall. So it's a 250 cubic foot, not the one. It's yeah, 4 foot tall would be that one. But I mean, it could be a 150. Is it skinny? How wide is it? Is it about a foot wide, or is it more like 10 inches wide? Or, I mean, yeah, I guess that'd be like 8 inches wide compared to like a foot wide, 14 inches. But I'm hoping to get one of them smaller tanks so I can do that. Alright, we're going to encase this all in red right now. And I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can. We're just going to make one, I believe, and then I'm going to bed. I need to wake up at 2:37 in just a little while here. So what time is it now? It is 11:53, guys. I'm going to barely get like an hour and a half sleep. But I did get a really good nap in already today, so I did get some rest, so it's not going to be dangerous or nothing. Alright, let's cover this in red now. So I'm just going to encase this clear glass with red, and then that'll be my surface color that then I can draw the facial features. So Cutie Dink will add the ears on top, add a little bit of that white in there, and hopefully it comes out good. So I'm going to do the general pattern here of doing the two lines across and then doing the two in between. But then I'm just going to keep on going in between those in order to encase this whole thing. So now I'll just get two thick lines right in between right here. And then it should become solid now. So I do believe tomorrow is going to be the last day of Balloon Fiesta. I don't know. I mean, maybe we don't get rained out, but they've been talking about some sort of rain and stuff coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. But then again, maybe it's pushing in on Monday, and maybe we'll have a beautiful day again of flying. We didn't fly on day one, but we've flown since last Sunday, and we've had some beautiful flights. It's been really awesome. Like I said, we've had a really good dedicated team throughout the whole week. Been able to work together really well. Today was a little strange and iffy, but the rest of the week has been pretty good. One thing I'd like to do is a video on flying in a hot air balloon and what to expect. Because there's a lot of people who've never been in a hot air balloon, and it's such an amazing experience, and a lot of people are really scared to experience it as well. So I'd like to share my experience on, you know, what I've done, what to expect when you're flying with someone else. So I'll do that video here probably after Balloon Fiesta is over. And we'll just blow glass and just talk about different experiences in the balloon, different situations with landings, things to look out for, all that good stuff. All right, so now we got this all solid red. So now what I'm doing is I'm straightening up the bottom of this color here so we can add that band of white. And that way it should all come together real nicely. Now we're going to do just a nice thick solid band of white going around the bottom of this here. Alright, so now we got that white band on the bottom here. Let me remind you what it looks like. We got that white band on the bottom there. And we got to start adding the details on that face and just melting this white. We'll get this all rounded up before we add the detail. So like I said, some of these are a lot longer, some of these are shorter. The generic ones only take me about 15 minutes to make. They're just simple, basic 2-color. But anytime I'm replicating balloons, they take a good hour or so. So that's why I asked $40 and up for these here. And you know, if you compare these to any other Balloon Fiesta item, memorabilia, souvenir, you know, if you compare this to a $40 item, like, you don't really get too much for 40 bucks sometimes, you know. They got posters that start at like $200. Their solar lights are like, I think, $35 to $55. You know, they're simple, like, replicated, prefabbed, made in a mold kind of stuff is like 25 to 30 bucks. So to get something that's a unique, handmade, one-of-a-kind odd item like this for only $40, and it's a Balloon Fiesta souvenir, collectible, like, yeah, this is really low end. I could probably be asking $100 each on these. They're so rare, they're one of a kind. Like, you know, you may have the only one in the world in existence. These are so rare. You know, like right now, there's only one Rax balloon in existence. I've never made a Rax balloon. That is the only one, and until I replicate it and make more like I'd like to do, if I could make 2 more and do 3 for $100, you know, I'm sure they'd be happy with that. And then this is probably going to be a lot bigger than the 1999 ones, I would imagine. I think all my work has gotten larger since then. I don't know why. Alright, we'll get this all nice and rounded up here. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Saturday is usually a really good day. Last day of ballooning. It's when we usually all say goodbyes, and then some of us will come on Sunday, the last day, to help our pilot with getting things loaded up and ready for his road trip. We might get one last flight in. Okay, time to do the detail work. Okay. I think what I may do is start with the yellow eye. If we can center that, then I can work around that. Okay, I'm gonna add that black dot on the yellow for the eye. It's coming along. And we gotta get that winky eye on the other side here. Okay. Did I go too high with it? I might have gone too high with that one. That's alright. Maybe I can finagle it some and move it down. I'm just going to try to round these down. Get them down below the surface there. And then the pink. And we got to get 3 little whiskers on each side. Okay. Okay, I think I got the eye, the winky eye. I'm gonna get the hair in front of his head now. Alright, now I'm just going to add a little bit of hair on the front part of his face right there. And then a little bit of a dot to the top of it. Like that. And then we got to add the ears. But I'm thinking what I need to do is add the gores first and then the ears. Not really sure. I'm like, Do I add the ears and put the gores all around it? I do believe when I made theirs, I didn't put gores on it, and I would like to. You know, these have evolved since, 1999. And now I try to make them look real and authentic. All right. Just elongating that middle whisker. Now they both will match. I don't know if you can see the face at all. Little whiskers, little eyeball. Kind of showed itself for a second there. Cutie Dink. The one and the only Cutie Dink. I guess I should add the ears now and then try to add the gore. I guess, I don't know. All right. I think we're ready for the gourds now. Just want to make sure it's all nice and rounded, so I'm just going to go over it real quick. So I can marble it out or round it out real quick. It's midnight now, huh? Oh my gosh. You had to go do a patrol, right on. I know. I'm supposed to be done with this. I'm supposed to be in bed already. Priceless. Who needs sleep when you gotta go and set up a balloon? I'll sleep when I get there. Just kidding. Well, I plan to go live here in a few hours at about 5:30. Maybe I'll set up my stream now, and then I'll just set it up so that people can be waiting for it. And we'll go live soon for Dawn Patrol. Let's finish this one up here. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to go with the ears so there's no separation in the color, because if I add clear, then it'll separate. Nice, alright. Now let's add the clear glass. Just going to try to go right down the middle of his face here. Oh wait, I said the ears first. Not even listening to what I'm saying. right. And you got the ears. I got to put the white in the ear. All right, we got the ears now. Now we can add the gores and gore it out. And then we're gonna call it a night. Because it is way too late to be up on a balloon fiesta night. Okay, I'll just bring that gore right below the ear, I guess. That'll work. My ear just hit the wire, like charging cable on the phone, and I freaked out. I thought there was something crawling on me. Like, what is that? So you probably noticed the phone just moved for a second there. You guys scared me. And what is the skirt? Is the skirt red? Oh, it's all white. That whole thing is just white. Okay, I'll just bring it back to white. This might be the last one, the last gore. Creating the ripple effect on the balloon. And I think that is done. But now, those ears look small. I definitely am going to bring them up. Hey, you scare me. I'm live still. I'm almost done with this here. I'm redoing Kitty Dink. Okay. Alright guys, almost got this done. Got the ears. Got the last doors. You can feel that kiln is on hot. Alright, now we can round this up. And we can start to taper the bottom here. Anytime you have these extra appendages, you want to make sure that you seal them really well. That way they don't crack off on you. You don't want them to break or snap or anything like that. I'm trying to give them extra attention. And anytime that you start rounding them out, they'll start to like shrink on you, and you got to like bring them back up. Alright, now I think we can get the loop on there. That's the front, right? Yeah. Put the loop in the front here. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. We're so close to finishing this up. This is taking, what, an hour and 109 minutes? So just over an hour and a half or two. This isn't too bad. Alright. Here we go, guys. That's what it's looking like so far. And you won't be able to see that detail until it cools down. It all just looks super dark right now, of course, but you'll be able to see that bright yellow come in, and it should look good. I'll show it off tomorrow. I'll take some photos. I'll post up all kinds of photos of all the different balloons that I've worked on this season for 2025. Alright, let's just finish this up. We just got to pull this, taper it, and then we're done. And I got to go to bed. It is so late. I knew it was going to take a long time. I knew it. I'll just slowly pull this and taper it down. So tomorrow, be waking up here in a few hours, or yeah, like in 2 hours, basically. Maybe I'll sleep in till 3. We'll be leaving about 3:45, get to the hotel about 4-ish, 4:10. All load up by 4:15, 4:20. We hit the road. We're at the Balloon Fiesta Park, I think by like 4:45 or a little earlier than 5 o'clock. And then we start unloading and unpacking. We've been pretty much ready to go by like 5 a.m. And then we still have like a good 45 minutes before we really start inflating the balloon or anything like that. So we've had a really good consistent week with the crew and just getting things done right away. So And then all week I pretty much run the crown line, which has been a lot of fun. I love running the crown. I don't know what else. Ooh, that looks beautiful. I was able to stretch all that white out. I don't think I'm going to have to add too much for the skirt now. Nice. Alright. So I just stretched out all that white. That's great. Pulled it all down. So now that whole bottom, not bottom half, but like a quarter of it, a third of it is all white. Alright, then we're going to add that clear glass to make that basket just float away from the rest of the balloon or the envelope. I wonder how long it took me to make the very first ones. I don't think I did as much detail. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe my line work was better then than it is now. That'd be interesting to see. The pilot said that she still has the original one from 1999. Which I think that's awesome. Alright guys, let's do last looks on it. There it is. You probably can't see the detail yet, but it will come out. That it all looks black, but it will turn red. It'll be that crayon red, real bright. It's just so hot right now, and that's what it looks like. It just looks super dark. Alright, we'll snap it off the loop here. We'll clean up the loop. Alright. The hole almost closed up, but there it is, guys. I'm putting it in the kiln here. Oh my gosh, that kiln is so hot. Alright. So I'm done, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. We had at 1 hour and 30 minutes. You were gone for an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm still here. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I'm done. I just completed these two here. And I did this one just a moment ago. So there's 3 replicas in one day, guys. Alright. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I'm Dan the Glass Man, and you've been watching the Glass Man's World. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Balloon Fiesta Live once again. at about 5:30, 5:45 at the latest. All right. You guys have a beautiful evening. I'm out.